how's it going, everyone? It's your boy J Key in Dipped and I'm back. Alright guys, I'm back with another video. Woo-wee. Okay, so Yashahime Half Demon Princess episode number 3, The Dream Butterfly, just came out. Oh my goodness. And this episode, we got a lot of details. But before we get this video started, guys, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And it really does help the channel out. And make sure you hit that bell notification because we're doing this every week so you don't miss a beat when I upload a video. And we're going to go ahead and start off with the discussion about today's episode. And then after that, we'll go ahead and do the reaction to the following episode for episode 4. Exciting. So let's go ahead and get into it. So guys, we got information and we got some questions that we had in the previous video answered. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So it appears that Moroha knows a lot more than Setsuna and Towa. Very interesting. So Moroha actually had to explain what a half demon was. And it seems that Towa had no idea that she was even a half demon. Very interesting because, you know, she did leave the feudal era, and I don't think, why wouldn't she know she was a half demon? You know what I'm trying to say? Especially if your father's Shishomaru and you essentially knew your mother. But what's interesting is Moroha actually sniffed Towa and said that she's actually the daughter of Shishomaru. Now, this is interesting because not only did she depict that from sniffing Towa, but Setsuna, in the beginning of the episode, doesn't even know that she is her sister. But if you have the same scent as Shishomaru, if Moroha can depict that much, why wouldn't you believe that's your sister? I'm just saying. So, needless to say about that, I have my questions there. But that got revealed. Also, earlier on in the episode, as they were fighting off a centipede lady, they eventually killed her. And then another threat came out. Who do you know? Root Head, or the ketone demon, came out and went inside Towa's head. And basically, she can use all of Towa's abilities. And she has a new ability, which is using the rainbow jewel, which is in her eye, to generate a energy-like sword from the hilt of her broken sword, which is very interesting. So just using strictly demon energy, she can just manifest that. Now, also, they're going on and then eventually they defeat the demon. Things were revealed about Shishomaru. Keye was explaining this to Kohaku in the game. Now, Keye states that Shishomaru actually had his twin daughters. We're just going to safely assume that the mother is Rin. And they birthed the 2 daughters at around Kaede's place. Then one day, Shishomaru grabbed both of the twins and they never saw the twins again. Now, apparently, Setsuna actually shows up a few years later back to Kaede's place and told her that it was a rite of courage and cowardice. And Kaede explains that a lion is said to push their cubs into a bottomless ravine and only raise the ones strong enough to crawl back up on their own. Now, Shishomaru abandoned these kids. Yo, so we were right about that depiction. Now, like I said, it must have been a demon thing for him to even do this. So that's interesting. Now, it shows that Setsuna came back years later. She appears to be, I'm going to say 10. What I don't understand is the rite of courage and cowardice, right? But they were alone when they were little, like babies. And apparently, Shishomaru got them while they were little kids. So that's interesting to me that why would Setsuna show up now, years later, from after being little? And Shishomaru actually losing a daughter, I'm assuming he knows that he lost his daughter. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe the rite of courage and cowardice started when they were 4 and not 10. And Setsuna just came back to Kaede while she was 10. That's interesting. I don't know how that's playing out because he went to get the babies and then he's like, you know what? Fend for yourselves. Okay, Sesshomaru. So we got some information about that. It appears that Keye is not sure that that may be the cause, because she says here, perhaps though I cannot say for certain. So she's not sure if this is what really occurred. She's just making a hypothesis on what, you know, a lion does, apparently. They don't know, because they did know that Sesshomaru had twins, but they never saw Towa. And Keye just saying that she may have been killed off and that might have been her fate. So they don't know where Towa is, as suspected, because she's in modern day era. So we understand that. All right, guys, that is very interesting. And then Kohaku has interesting tidbit here, because Kohaku even said the same thing I said in my last video, but you're not going to raise your own kids, but you'll go around and walk with Rin and Kohaku. And Kohaku said she traveled with Sesshomaru for many years, but even though it was difficult to understand his true intentions. So we're saying the same thing here, guys. We got the same speculations. It's really, really interesting. We have a picture right here. It shows that Kagome's mother and grandpa are talking about Moroha, and she says she looks just like Kagome from her eyes. She can tell all this from her eyes. And looking at this picture, this is Kagome, guys. This is a little kid Kagome. So over here, we actually get to see Sota's wife, and her name is Mo. She looks just like her daughter, or her daughter looks just like her mother. Looks just like May. It's crazy. So we actually see the wife. We're seeing the whole family fruit here tree, guys. We're seeing everybody. Nobody's getting left out. All these questions are being answered. And then it comes over here that this is what I'm talking about. Moroha tenacity is just like inuyasha here. Coming out butt naked, don't even give a care in the world. Just doing her. Very excited about having a shower, because you know, in the future they don't have shower, they have like bathhouses and springs and stuff. So it's very interesting, and she loves it. She comes out butt naked, embarrasses everybody. Look, it was a great scene. Now, even Sota. Now I don't understand why Sota is not more shocked about this. I know that the mother isn't, but I would at least be surprised that Sota would be. But he just said it so casually, like, according to mom, that girl may be Kagome's daughter. But you just say it so casually, oh, that could happen. Like, if I would have found out, I haven't seen Kagome in years, 10 plus years, and just out of the blue, they have a daughter? And you get to see your niece, and you're not more excited? Crazy. And then we finally get the answer to why Setsuna does not remember Towa. And here we go. Moroha seems to know a lot more about the world, a lot more about them, than she even does her own self. So this is very peculiar. So Moroha goes ahead and explains that Setsuna cannot fall asleep. And the reason being is because she was inflicted with a curse by the dream butterfly. Now, the dream butterfly lives in the dream world and has escaped over to the real world and cursed Setsuna. And by doing so, it eats her dreams, and she can never fall asleep because of this. Moroha also further depicts that because she can't remember Towa, is that her memories were also stolen by the dream butterfly. And that's the reason why she doesn't have any memories of Towa or their younger encounters, or anything of that matter, apparently. I don't even know at this particular point that Setsuna knows who her father is. And that's all because of the cowardice thing. So guys, we got a lot of information. I'm so happy that this episode took the time to explain certain things that we had questioning. This episode was so exciting. So much details. Now I do have a question. What is up with the rainbow pearls? Why is it acts something like the Shikon jewel, but it's not? From what I can see, it doesn't have the same power boosting capabilities. It's something that is particularly, I guess, handed down, we can say, to Moroha, Towa, and Setsuna. But why is it that the twin daughters actually have it in their eye and Moroha actually carries it around? Now, I can speculate on this particular aspect that just like where Inuyasha had a black pearl in his eye where he had found the Tetsaiga that his father left for him. So could these jewels actually be heirlooms or things handed down to their respected daughters? Hence why Sesshomaru, since he's a full demon, was able to actually put the pearl in the eye of his daughters. Now that may be interesting. Maybe their weapons are inside those pearls. Not sure, but it is really interesting. And that's probably why Moroha, because Inuyasha is a half demon, he wasn't able to put it in her eye. She just carries it around. So, I don't know. I'm speculating at this point. I just want to understand what's the powers of this particular pearls. We're going to go ahead and do a live reaction on the upcoming episode of Yashahime episode 4. So I'm going to have the video playing like I always do right about there. And let's go ahead and check this out together. So exciting. Okay. So Moroha plans to negotiate with the root head to pass through the corridor of time. Okay. So they're going back. They're finding a way to come back. Okay. But she's just like poking it. Yeah, that's a pretty wild idea. I understand. Okay, it is right here. It says, but for Setsuna to be able to fall asleep and have dreams. But for Setsuna to be able to fall asleep and have dreams. Okay. We have to look for the dream butterfly in the feudal era. We have to run someone. Oh! We have to run to someone in the corridor, and it's the Tree of Ages supposed to look like a princess. Kikyo. A gateway to the past. The daughters of Shomaru have a request for you. Look at Kikyo! Yes! We get to see Kikyo! I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. This right here could not have been a better reaction to the upcoming episodes. Guys. We get to see Kikyo, and apparently she is the corridor or the halfway point to get them to the other side of the feudal era, which is going to be so awesome after they can talk to the root head demon to try to get him to send them back. So exciting. So we get to see Kikyo in the next episode, and hopefully we get to see more juicy details, and hopefully Setsuna can get her memories back. Ah, so exciting. And that's it for today's video, guys. And if you like this video, give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. What are you doing, man? And leg out.